A question for you. What would the American flag look like with 51 stars? A group in Northern California wants a new state, the state of Jefferson, to split from California. Maybe you've heard about this and thought at first it was a joke. Well, we sent Ben Deasy north, way north, to investigate, and he found out that this is anything but a joke.
Its name means nothing to a mountain, so call it California. The Golden State, or maybe a state of change. And the statement, the more things change, the more they stay the same, well, here, the reverse may be true too.
Attaboy. I don't want to pull on the rope because I want him to stay with me because he wants to.
Mark Baird has been a Californian all his life, living here in Siskiyou County.
The whole idea is for him to trust me enough to stay with me no matter what's going on.
He says he doesn't want that life to change, but to keep it, he'll have to change everything.
We have to do this or rural Californians won't survive.
72 years ago, late November 1941, Northern California counties, in concert with Southern Oregon, declare themselves a new state, the state of Jefferson. They draw up a proclamation of independence and set up roadblocks along Interstate 5, letting anyone who comes north know they aren't in California anymore. A week later, the Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor. America is cast into World War II, and plans for a separate Jefferson are abandoned for a time.
We need to spread this at the grassroots.
The modern movement for the state of Jefferson borrows its colors from that 1941 effort, a gold pan in a field of green. In the center of the gold pan, two X's meant to represent the people of Jefferson, double-crossed by Sacramento.
Everybody in the North State were to vote one way. We have about 1 million people. LA, the city, votes one way. They have 3.5 million people. So we can't even say this is what we need to bring back the jobs here, to bring back our livelihoods, because LA goes, oh, but we don't like that, and it's done.
This is a movement of youth.
Organizational meeting, Shasta County. Tonight, the Jefferson supporters hold a breakout session at a Tea Party gathering. But both Democrats and Republicans attend. Statehood supporters say they aren't of any particular political stripe, but they do have commonalities with the Tea Party, a small, motivated group bound and determined to be recognized. Are we going to see roadblocks again in a declaration?
No. I mean, it would be fun, but it'd be counterproductive, you know. I'd love to see a bunch of guys on horseback riding down I-5, but it wouldn't do us any good.
Instead, they are going county by county, looking for buy-in from each board of supervisors. Siskiyou County was first to approve, Modoc next. The separatists have their eyes fixed on 13 counties in all, the entire northern block of California. They say they don't need all of them. If they get fewer, even 9 counties, as long as they can draw a state border around them, they'll try to do it. But even if they get all of those counties, they will still have to come here to the steps of the state capitol in Sacramento to ask the legislature to approve statehood for Jefferson. It's not an idea California's current legislators are exactly attuned to.
I would ask that they support me in my efforts to run for state insurance commissioner. And I'm trying to do my part in representing my constituents. I know that they're
don't want to be part of the
often getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
But one way to engage is run for a state constitutional office.
But to assume the separatists are running anything but a professional, well-organized campaign themselves is to underestimate them. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to how Mark Baird and Kayla Brown answer the same question. Two people separated by generations in interviews hours apart and dozens of miles away. Is there a law in particular?
For me personally, it's the transgender bathroom law. That was one of the ones that made me just go absolutely ridiculous.
The child transgender law. There isn't, I don't think there are probably 10 people out of almost 1 million people in the state of Jefferson that agree with that piece of trash.
It may be a sign of unanimity, but it's also a sign that this organization knows what a wedge issue is and how to deliver a talking point, too. They've got more than one: taxes and fees, state regulations on mining, logging, and the environment. Where unemployment is highest, so is the motivation. Mark, you don't strike me as a kook living off in the woods.
You know, I hope not. Sometimes things that are hard need to be done. This literally needs to be done. This isn't a whim by a few people.
And that's why Baird says he's willing to move mountains. to change the name of his mountain and to keep what he calls home.